Hello, everyone, and welcome. Um, I was running a little bit behind today, so I did not get to set this up ahead of time. So I'm going to give a few minutes for people to pop in because I didn't give y'all anywhere to go to set a reminder or anything today. It has been one of those mornings already. Hello, Margie. How are you doing? So, I got my cup. It says everything is better with coffee. Still drinking my coffee. That tells y'all how long I've been up this morning. Not very. I actually got a pretty bad headache yesterday afternoon. It finally went away. But after I get those really bad headaches, I start getting so tired. Yeah, I know. I went ahead, I didn't schedule it, which I normally about 8:30 I'm in here scheduling the live. Good morning, Granny, Tita, Connie, welcome. So I'm running just a tad bit behind today. I normally try to schedule it so it gives y'all a link to go into. Today I'm working on my little Make Market candy cane that I'm going to put on my front door. Welcome, Julie. How are you? Yeah, me too. I'm here, but I'm barely awake so far. Normally, I'm able to get started on diamond painting one of my other paintings and get maybe a square or two done before I start my live. Here lately, that is not happening. And you know, of all the things that I forgot to bring in here, I forgot my diamond painting pen. I'll be right back. Okay, so sorry about that. Hi, Jeannie. How are you? So I am in a different room today. I'm actually in the playroom because my daughter was going camping. I moved these over here. So I have a little more room on the table and I can move this up. We all need our coffee. Anyway, my daughter came down yesterday. She is one of the Cub Scout leaders for the younger kids, and then Aiden is in the Cub Scouts. Well, they had a camping trip coming up this weekend, so that's where they're at now. But she came and got my Jackery, and I use my Jackery. The back my craft room does not have any built-in lights, so it's all lamps. And I will move that Jackery around in my room in there so that I can plug in my lights and stuff. And she took that with her, so I'm in here today. That sounds like so much fun, Tita. I am working on the Make Market candy cane one that I showed last week. I know that I am subscribed to her. I don't, it's like I don't get notifications a lot. I've popped into a few of hers and I try to watch as many people as I can. I know I liked her before whenever I watched her. Oh, I would love to go on a retreat in March. That would be the perfect birthday present for me. But I do. I hope you have so much fun. Hopefully, I will get to go camping. I think it's next week. I've got to find a place because it'll be last minute booking. But I will try to find a place to go camping for our anniversary next. My anniversary is on the 8th of November. My dad's birthday was the 7th, and then my mom's birthday is the 11th of November. So I have to be back by the 11th, but next week I think we're planning on trying to go somewhere, even if it's just across the river, just somewhere to take the camper out. I do not care. I wanted to go to a different one, but a lot of the parks and stuff are not taking reservations. I thought it was all of them, but it's not. So let's see. Let's try to actually get some diamond painting done. Today I am using my Glotrove trays is what I have this one kitted up in. They're really nice trays. Um, I have been using the Redtwo trays on my Hannah Lynn, and if I wasn't so worried about that latch on them, I would definitely give them a higher rating. And after I've done 2 or 3 paintings with them, my pen won't quit rolling. Then I might still give them a higher rating. I'm just worried about that latch, but I absolutely love the way that they work and the concept of them. I do have a busy November. It seems like November and March is some of my busiest months because, well, starting in November, my youngest son's birthday is, or I'm sorry, my oldest son's birthday is December 31st. My youngest son is January 27th. And then we skip a few months and go into March. Mine is the 1st. My youngest daughter, Lexi, is the 3rd. And then my oldest daughter, Courtney, is the 17th. I'm really liking the way that I really like the use of the Redtwo trays. I'm just really worried about the latch. But if the latch works, I'll change my rating of them. I think I've already came up with a little bit from my review on them. Just for the use of them, I really like the fact that you can fill the bottom as full as you need to, and then the top is where all the drills go whenever you need them. And there's no dumping them back into the bottles or anything like that. They are working out really well so far for my Hannah Lynn mystery because I switched over from those other trays that I had that were so bad and put them in those. And so far, I'm really liking the usage of them, how you use them, and they line up really well. I think that they would be an absolutely perfect product if they just did something about the latch. So far, it's holding up pretty well. I haven't had any issues with the latches so far. Okay, grams, but it just worries me with them being that thin. Let's see. But I'm really, really hoping that they surprise me. I really am because I would love to purchase more if I know that they're going to last. You, cold coffee, not good. My coffee got cold really, really quick, it seems like. I don't have my warmer in here, and it seems like that my warmer has seen better days, so I'm going to have to get another one. In fact, I have bought two more warmers at different periods. One of them, I got it in the mail, I bought from Walmart, and it wouldn't even turn on. And then I bought another one, and I can't remember what the reason was that it didn't work. Hi, Sandra. How are you? Welcome back. So, yeah, I'm just not having any luck purchasing those lately. I might try to get one like I got Granny a while back and see how that one works. But my Mickey Mouse one I've had for over 5 years, I know. And it's the button on it is just getting to where it's not working really well. Did I miss any M's? I don't think I did. I will tell you this Make Market painting has a lot of confetti in it so far. And I put my canopy up over my outside table this week. I don't know what it is about this one box. This is on my Glotrove. It's the 20 count set. But all my other Glotroves, I can get the trays out really easily. This one, it's like the box is extra small, extra tight on them. They work really well. They work really, really well for confetti. I love all my different types of trays for confetti. And even on the bigger sets, in my opinion, most of them don't take up much more room than the suitcases, because even this 20 count one what I will do is I will set them leaning up in the boxes. That way I can get to them. And that's one thing about that's completely okay. That's the one thing about the Redtwo. If I had them in here, I would show you, but I don't. They come in the 12 count little holders, and whenever you stand them up, they've actually got a ledge that you can put each tray in there. So it holds each tray up so that if you take one of the bottom ones in there, it doesn't fall down. But my only issue is I'm a little wary of the latch. Hello, Dory. I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome. But turn that. Now y'all probably can't see what I'm working on. What color did I get? I got the G's. I think I'm going to have to do like you did, Granny, and put the white sticker underneath these from the inside. And hopefully it doesn't hurt anything whenever I'm cleaning them. But I really like being able to write on my cases and everything instead of using the stickers all the time. Of course, if they come with stickers, I'm probably still going to use those, but I do not blame you at all because it seems to work so well. And I never even knew I could do that. I've only got the alcohol wipe pads right now. I did get some hand sanitizer yesterday, but that's to keep out in my car. I might just buy some alcohol and keep it near my diamond painting stuff along with the tissues. Your painter's tape. That works out well too. I think it all depends on the type of container that I'm using. I could use paper, I could use painter's tape or washi tape on mine that I have, but some of them are thinner and they don't, like whenever I'm using the for bricks, I have to get the thinner washi tape to put on there. So far, the ones that I have tried have came off really easily with the alcohol pads whenever you write on them. Not saying every surface will do that, but the ones that I've tried so far. And I figured if it didn't work on these, that would be okay. I would just put the stickers over it. Does it? The writing on there like that combats the static or the alcohol? I got a little bit lost. Okay. And I don't know, I do clean a lot of my trays with those alcohol wipes. That's why I had them here in the first place. So that could be one of the reasons. Oh, and the Redtwo ones, I did put my dryer sheets in those, and the static has calmed down a lot in those. I'm not having near the static I did before. But good morning, Dad Mem Walking. How are you? Welcome. So glad that you could join us today. But I'm working on the candy cane one that I believe I unboxed it last week, didn't I? It's been a week. I haven't, and the bad thing is I just did not feel like recording this week. I know there's times that I should have, and I just wasn't feeling recording. Thank you so much. That peacock is turning out beautifully. I can't wait to start mine. I've got so many paintings that I want to start and so little time to do them. I missed an M. I missed two M's, three, right there in the middle. How did I do that? I thought I looked over this really, really well. I love diamond painting. It's so relaxing. It's I really do love it. I think I've popped in a few of her lives. Um, Now I can't say that I'll view the watch parties on the horror movies. I'm not much into horror movies, but maybe if there's some other ones, I might pop into some of those watch parties. But um, yeah, whenever I was up at the hospital waiting on my mom to get out of surgery, I found Dad Man's wife doing diamond painting on a live, and I popped into it, and I really like her lives. I believe she does a meme. I can't remember what day she puts little memes out. I'm actually not doing the UK event. I don't have anything from that company. Maybe next year. Maybe I'll break down and buy something for it next year. I just don't have anything this year. She's actually doing okay. I did not go and see her yesterday because of that headache. I knew it was probably just my allergies that caused it, but I wanted to be on the safe side with it, and I wouldn't have been very good company during that point anyway. So I'm gonna go and see her tomorrow, probably before I go to work, but she seems to be doing okay. My brother did go down and see her Thursday, so at least she has had some visitors. I'm normally the one that goes down and sees her the most, though. But at least he came by to see her on a week that I haven't been down there yet. Diamond painting is very popular. Yes, I've saw her canvas. I love that. She has. And I don't know how many of y'all saw my little haul video yesterday. It wasn't much of one, but I actually found some scents, some essential oils for the wax melts at Dollar Tree. So hopefully in the next few weeks, I'm going to try to make some of my own. See if I can make some that I really like. But I have a problem whenever I accidentally leave candles in my camper, not lit. They're not lit, but I'll leave them in there whenever it's hot out. And then whenever I go back to get them, I cannot light them because the wax is kind of melted over the wicks and stuff. Discounted paint sets, yes. I don't do much painting. Very rarely do I do any painting. In fact, I have a paint by number that I got off of a PR package, and I had every intention of doing it, and I just never have. Thank you so much for stopping by, Dad Man. You're welcome anytime. I will send them. I did find one. I found another mold, and you're gonna love it. It is actually, it's got paw prints and bones on it. I got it at Walmart. And in your live, you were saying that you've seen those silicone molds before. Well, the bear one I actually bought in the first place to use as an ice mold for the camper, just because it was the one that happened to be right there for $1. So I went ahead and picked it up instead of a regular shaped one. But during the summer, you see a lot of them out in different shapes and stuff for ice. And they use them a lot for resin, yes, and candy making. A lot of times you'll see them using those shaped molds for candy making and sometimes soap. I've seen a few people use them to make soap. So they are used for quite a bit of different things. But I've found some on Amazon, but I haven't ordered them yet. It'll probably be a week or so before I can order them. I had one, now I've got two. And I don't know, I may have some more in the camper. I'll have to go out there and look. I'm sure I missed some G's somewhere, but that's okay. We'll get them. But I had that teddy bear one, and I thought that that would work best for right now. But now I bought that one candle at Dollar Tree that was unscented, one of those really tall ones. So I'm going to try to use that wax as my starter wax to try to make some of my own scents. Hey, and if that Dollar Tree candle works okay and they don't keep raising their prices, I might be okay just to keep buying those, or at least 2 or 3 of them, because they've already got the dyes in there for the colors. Right now, I'm just using my candle warmer. I'm just putting them in a glass, kind of chunking out some of the wax and putting it in my candle wax in a measuring cup. That way I can pour them in the molds, but I want to get the actual pot that's actually meant for that. And the cheapest one I found on Amazon was like $26, I think. So I'm going to be looking into that too. But it takes a really long time to do it, to melt the wax the way that I'm doing it. So, now you can do like a double pot way to melt it with water in one pot and then setting like a metal bowl or something in the top part and melt wax that way. I just haven't done it that way myself. I've been watching a few YouTube videos on it lately. I thought that it was really neat. Okay, let's see. Let's get the F out. Try to get that color done. Yeah, at work last week, I want to say it was probably Monday. I went to I went to not Dollar Tree, the Dollar General before I went into work to get something for lunch and some snacks. And of course, they had the Halloween candy and stuff out. And I saw a bag of Smarties. I would imagine you could use a candy melter. And yes, maybe a cheap aluminum little pan. Yeah, I may try that soon. I just haven't yet. But I was, so I went ahead and got some of those Smarties and I put some in a little Ziploc bag to take into work with me. I know Smarties are a type of candy. Some people love it, some people hate it, but I absolutely love them. So I got a little Ziploc bag and put some in it, and I had it sitting on my desk, and I had one of them open. I was eating them here and there, and a truck driver looked over and saw the bag of candy, and he was like, "I'm so sorry to ask, but do you mind if I have a couple of those? I haven't seen that candy in forever." So I gave him a couple of them, but it was it brought it was like I was just whenever I got those, it brought back memories because that's what I used to buy my son to keep in his bag and stuff for whenever his sugar dropped too low. And because he would not eat those tablets, the glucagon tablets that are supposed to raise your sugar. He absolutely hated those. So he wouldn't eat them, but he would eat Smarties. So that's what I ended up getting him to keep around all the time. But then my other kids would also get into them, and then I would have to buy more. Oops. I almost put that in the wrong order. Okay, let's see. Let's get, look at that. I missed a whole row of the F's. I'm going to go ahead and take that back out and do those. Yes, jelly beans. He wasn't much of a fan of those either. Unfortunately, my kids were really, really picky. And to this day, I don't even know if he'll eat peanut butter sandwiches anymore because whenever his blood sugar would drop low in the middle of the night, he would have to eat something to raise his blood sugar, and then I would give him something like a half of a peanut butter sandwich or something so that he had the protein to keep his blood sugar steady. And I think he got so tired of peanut butter sandwiches because whenever he was first diagnosed with it, it's like anything, trying to get the blood sugar where it needs to be and stuff. It's a trial and error thing. So, but one of the best things that we were able to do for him was to get his insulin pump. That helped him out a lot. It helped regulate his blood sugar a lot better than just the shots. I think that that was the best thing for him. And that whenever we got it, I wish that we would have known to get it earlier in the year because after we bought that, it met his deductible for his insurance. So for the rest of that year, his insulin was paid for by the insurance. They are. And I know they're great for adults, but for he was 14 whenever he was diagnosed with diabetes. So with a teenager, it's really helpful. And he used to have this app on his phone that Children's Hospital had gave us, and it was called Blue Loop. So every time he would test his blood sugar, he would put it in Blue Loop, and then it would notify me of what his blood sugar was running, which that was a lifesaver as well, him having that app on his phone. In fact, one time he was at his girlfriend's house, and I got the notification that he had put in his blood sugar. And he did not even call me or anything, or nobody called me. But it was down in the 40s. And I looked at that and thought I was looking at it wrong, and it was in the 40s. So I immediately called him, and he said, "Oh, I'm feeling better now." He said it was like I was sitting there watching TV with his girlfriend, and he said, "I realized that I could not form a complete thought." So he checked his blood sugar and it was really low. He did take care of it though, but that was scary getting that on my phone about his how low his blood sugar was. I started to say, did I forget to bring wax in here too? But he was fine. He just got his blood sugar up. But in the beginning of it, we had a lot of scares. Like whenever this is the last story I'll tell on this though. We were he would have to go to the nurse. This was before he got the insulin pump. but he would have to go to the nurse's office to get his shots every day because that's where his insulin was kept. And he was giving himself his insulin and all that. He just had to be in the nurse's office, and she helped him figure how much insulin he needed. Well, there was one day she had wrote it down on a piece of paper and circled the number and handed it to him and told him that's how many units you need to take. Not realizing on the other part of the paper there was another number on there that she had circled, which was way, way, way too much insulin. And she realized it as soon as he took the shot of insulin and called us immediately, which was good because his blood sugar didn't have time to drop really low. So what we ended up doing is at that time they were still allowed Cokes and stuff like that in the junior high. But she went over and ran and got him a Coke out of the Coke machine and had him to drink it. And his blood sugar never dropped below where it needed to be because he went out in there like every 30 minutes or so to check his blood sugar, and they kept a real close eye on him for the rest of the day. But yeah, in the beginning there was a lot of scary times. But everything turned out okay. The nurse did react really quick, and I'm grateful for that. It was just he looked at the wrong number and gave himself way too much insulin. But he's doing pretty good now. He was in the hospital because of it a couple of years ago because he was kind of not doing what he was supposed to do, and I think it scared him quite a bit that he's back on track. But yeah, that is always a scary thing. Okay, I've got a bunch of L's left too. Am I? I think I scooted that back for some reason. Let's move this forward a little bit so I keep getting off screen. Now y'all can see it. These little cover papers here are just some that I made. I printed them on the back side of sticker paper and cut them out myself. They're just little ones. I've got to make some more, but I've got to change out the ink in my printer. I did so good last week. I didn't even look at the stuff. I'm going to try to do the same thing this week. Because I have heard that there have been a lot of Spangler paintings lately. And I know if I go on there, I'm going to look at them and want to buy them. I have not ordered too much of anything. I've gotten that one from Walmart. I went to the Dollar Tree yesterday and they had like 3 keychains. Only one of them. I kind of wanted to get the little flower keychain, but I didn't. Um, I could have went up to Michael's or somewhere like that, but I didn't yesterday. I'm trying to stay away as much as possible. And I was going to bring my light up tree in here to show y'all that, but I forgot that too. See, I was running so far behind. Yeah, Hannah Lynn ones are the whole reason that I quit looking on Dreamer's site, because I made the mistake of looking in the back in stock. When was it? Was it yesterday? And I saw some of the Hannah Lynn's that I missed before, and I'm like, I cannot order any right now. I've spent way too much money. Yes, I love Hannah Lynn, and she's got so many released. I think the next one that I want to order from, that I want to get for the Hannah Lynn, is I want to actually go to her website and order one of those. I think I really want to order one directly from her website. I think most of it has to do with Jeannie being an influencer on her paintings and how good they are. Mm. Jeannie has. Yeah, that's the optimum word there is yet. I really do not know if you can if you can use several gift cards at once. I would assume you could, because they're actual gift cards. They're not a discount or anything. Yeah, Jeannie is a, she really loves her paintings from her website and the quality. Eventually, I will get one. Let's see. I think I got all the L's. Now I got to get the T's. And then we'll see where we're at for time. These ones, I keep switching between these trays and the other trays that are go the other way. I keep trying to shake these the wrong way. But I love my different types of trays. I haven't looked at it in a while, but I really like all of her paintings. Um, I would have to look at it again to remember which ones are on her website and which ones are on Dreamer Designs. But eventually, I will get one. Yes, that would be a good way to save up for the Black Friday, if it works. It is. I switch up quite a bit on my trays, but I love working out of trays now. I'm not sure that I could do a huge painting again using the bottles and stuff, because I'm so spoiled to all the trays. I've got my little doorways kitted up in bottles, and I'm slowly getting through all of those. Eventually, I'll get them all done. Let's see. It is. And this one right here that I'm working on now is just the 20 set of the Glotrove trays, and it's very easy to take that with me. I I very rarely do, and I have a lot of them. Just gotta be fast at entering the codes. Yeah, they tend to sell out pretty quickly. I don't know where I'm gonna be at as far as getting stuff paid off by then, so I don't know if I'll be doing any Black Friday shopping this year or not. See, I haven't even looked at her website in a while. That does sound amazing. Now you're going to make me go and look at it after we get off the line before I go to work. I don't think I haven't looked at her website since almost the beginning of it, whenever you were showing off her that canvas that you got the first time. Sorry, my allergies are starting to act up. Yeah, she did have some good prices. They weren't really, really high like a lot of the newer premium companies that I've seen in the past whenever they are first starting out. That is a good thing. She's right up there with Randall Spangler for me, and along with Jasmine Beckett Griffith. I haven't seen a lot of hers here lately either. Grams. That is absolutely amazing. What time? We have already been on here for 54 minutes. But this time just flies by. Working on the teas. Maybe I can get the teas finished. There's still a few in here. And I'm single placing, so it might take me a bit longer. No girl math needed. Hopefully this weekend goes pretty good at work. Last weekend wasn't bad. Um, Monday, though, Josh got out of there before I did. Normally, all of my stuff is done before his, so he normally leaves after I do. Last week, they had all their back calls and done on Monday before I got all my lives in. But it was still pretty early. It was like 11 o'clock whenever I left out. And that's the only reason I was there that late was because right as I was getting my last live in to break down and call the driver, they brought up the back calls from the gate to make up. So I had to make those up before I left, which there was only 5 of them and it didn't take too long. You can't avoid cleaning the Keurig much longer. I hate cleaning that. I, even though it's just pouring solution in there and running it through a few times. I hate that. I have Willow. I think I have Willow from Diamond Art Club. I'm pretty sure I have that one. And then I'll have to make a list of all the Hannah Lynn's that I have. I have done quite a few of hers over the years. Yes, it's very easy. It's just very time consuming. And if you're anyone like me, hi Laura, welcome. I will start working on that and then I'll get sidetracked on something else and then I'll go back and like I was in the middle of that. So I, I keep getting sidetracked with other things and forgetting about it. So it normally takes me all day to do it. And I normally wait until my Keurig is telling me that it needs to be cleaned. But I am so sorry, Laura. We are fixing to have to say goodbye. I've got to go and get ready for work. Hi, Miss Bell. Welcome. Um, it's almost time for me to say goodbye, though. I'm doing good. I'm fixing to have to get ready to go to work. And because of all these ladies on here, I'm going to have to go and look at Hannah Lynn's website again because it has been so long since I've looked at what she had on there. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by. Everyone, take care. I have thoroughly enjoyed this today. Take care, everyone, and I will see you next week. Bye.